This is Beto Chingon. Oh, that was a notification. Anyway, today I'm going to be showing you my inverters here working in parallel. Okay, and they're generating plenty of power. They kind of fail. Well, they failed yesterday morning twice. But after that, they've been working for over 24 hours without any problems. So if everything keeps going the way it is, by tonight we're going to be adding another inverter. So that's going to be 4 units working in parallel. Right now we only have 3 units working in parallel, and all the other 3 they're working in charging mode. So they're just charging the batteries. Let me show you here. This one here is the first unit working in parallel. As you can see, it's 9:50 a.m. and we're at 100% in our batteries. And this unit is actually generating 2,200 watts. Okay. And the voltage right now for our batteries is 53.2. Like I said, that's 100%. When it goes over 51 something, it's 100%. So let's go to the number 2 inverter here. Number 2 inverter also working in parallel is also showing that it's providing 1,900 watts. And like I said, the batteries are connected. All the inverters are connected to the same batteries. So the voltages are going to be similar. Not exactly the same, but they're going to be similar. So the batteries are 100%. Let me show you the third one. And the third one here, and my apologies, but this is connected to Wi-Fi, has a little delay because it needs to go through servers and stuff like that. But anyway, the third inverter, as you can see right now, is showing also 100% and 2,200 watts coming from the solar panels. And by the way, all this is off grid, okay? We don't have any power coming from the power companies. We don't have no electricity coming from the power companies. Everything is off grid. Right now it's 9:52 a.m. So at night we have to use our batteries, to run our loads. Okay. So now you've seen my first 3 inverters. The next one is another inverter, but it's in charging mode. This one here is only providing charge to the batteries. And that's some of the power that is being used by the other 3 inverters to provide power to the load. You can see there is 53.5. Our charging modes are different, okay? The bulk charging is 56, and the flow charging is 54.5. But every time that we go over 52 something, it'll get to 100%. But right now, we're at 53.5, but we're running several things. I'll show you right now. Okay, let's go to the next screen. By the way, let me show you here. This is the voltage that we're running. We're running a split phase. So we're running 2 of the 120s. We're running 240 volts. We're in the United States, so everything here is split phase. But we can run 120 because most of our devices, televisions, and all small devices and appliances, they use 120. It's always better to run 240. But for some reason, here in the United States, they decided that they wanted to use 120, 110, 115, all the way to 120. So anyway, in other countries, they use 240. That is better. But for some reason here, we have split phase. So anyway, I'm running 240 and 120. So, and as you can see, everything is in green. We are showing 118. It's showing a safe range from 110 to 130. So we're close to 120. And let me go to our next screen here. And this screen here shows some of my devices here. Let me just move to a different area here. That way I can show you guys something else. That's actually my air conditioning. My apologies. Okay, this one here, we actually have 11 11 air conditioning units. We have 2 units that are off, as you can see here. By the way, these units are mini splits. These units are mini splits. They're great units. Each one of these units is a 12,000 BTU. So right now we're running 9 units of 12,000 BTU, each one of the units. But let me show you something else. Not every single unit is able to do this, but these units are connected to Wi-Fi. But let me show you something. See here on the lower part, it shows power limit. Well, our power limit, I'm cutting it down to 30%. So if these units use close to 6 amps, now they're only using close to 2 amps of power. So it's great. So I'm cutting all these units to 30%. I already did. All these units are down to 30%. So instead of working with 100% power that is around 6 amps, they're only using close to 2 amps. So the wattage they're using is incredible. It's real low. So we're able to run those 11 units without a problem. Okay, let me go to another screen. This screen is going to show you the 3 units that we're using, and they're working in parallel. They're actually 18,000 watts, okay? But we're only using power from those inverters. It's only 6,680. Right now, we don't have a lot of people here in the house, so the power consumption is kind of low. Average consumption at a later time, let's say around 2 to 3 in the afternoon, 1 or 2, whatever, because right now it's still morning. It's going to be around 10 or over 10,000 watts. That's the average consumption of this property. If we start using compressors or welders or jacuzzi or stuff like that, then it'll go up. But right now, at this 7,000 watts that you can see there, we're actually operating some pool pumps, so 2 of them, and we're operating, like I said, 9 air conditioning units. Not that many televisions, like I said. No, there's not a lot of activity right now. The activity is probably going to start like around noon, and then everything's going to go up to like 10,000 watts. Let me show you another screen here. This one here shows it's going to show the live voltage of, well, this one here of a small system.
How to
that we
kill
have.
all
Oh, my
mosquitoes in the
apologies for
area
this.
in 90 seconds?
Somebody's advertising
This simple
here.
but brilliant trick you can do tonight to eliminate all mosquitoes around you
Oh,
is
this is
taking
nice.
America by
Somebody's
storm.
putting their commercials
An
here on my
ingenious
screen.
college student from Berkeley just solved a
Because I'm
200.
using a free application. My apologies for that. Anyway, that's our voltage. Okay, that's our voltage on a 12-volt system. I use that one as a backup, in case we need it for something else, and I don't want to be using power from the batteries at night. These batteries are always fully charged. By the way, here we have 2 washers and 2 dryers. We actually have 2 washers, 1 washer and 1 dryer connected to this system. And this system is actually connected to a 5,000 watt inverter, but it's only providing 115 volts. It's not a split phase. It's not at 120, 240. So it's only a split phase providing, 115 volts, not a split phase, my apologies. And it's providing only 115 volts. Like I was saying, it's a 5,000 watt system. And that's plenty for that washer and dryer. And sometimes, we want to use some electric. Sometimes late at night we want to cook or something and use some electric grills and stuff like that. We can do that. My kids, sometimes they hang out with their friends and they just bring out an extension and they start cooking, Bring out their extension and their little electric grills, they start cooking and on their hangouts, So they don't have to use no charcoal. They don't have to use no propane, or they don't have to use any natural gas. They just use electricity that is actually stored in our batteries. They use it to cook at night. Anyway, let me show you guys something else. That's the 12-volt system. It's always fully charged. This other screen here is our live. Let me close this one here. That one there is our live voltage of our big battery bank. Okay, This is the 48 volt system. And let me show you. By the way, you see how it looks blurry? So basically what you just do here, you just go here to the side and switch, and then switch it back, and then it'll clear up. So our voltage right now is getting close to the float voltage that we normally have, that is 54.5. Right now we're at 54.1. And like I said, that's using 7,000 watts. So we're charging our batteries. They're going to be charging all day. And at night we can use all that power to whatever, use our televisions, our refrigerators, microwaves, whatever we need at night. You know, normally at night we don't use that many watts. At night we'll use probably about from 3 to 4,000 watts at night. But with our batteries, not a problem. We can handle everything. Because at night everybody's here. They're using computers. They're watching televisions. You know, whatever. They're using microwaves. Whatever. You know. I mean, nobody's washing at night. Nobody's using the washer and dryer, and the pool equipment is off. So that's why the consumption. Oh, by the way, the air conditioning they go off at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. They go off at 9 p.m. So after 9, our consumption is going to drop even more. But let's say around 7 or 8, our consumption is going to be, like I was saying, from 3 to 4,000 watts. After 9, it's going to drop more. Then, of course, when everybody goes to sleep, you know, it's going to drop more because there are not going to be no computers being used and no televisions. So that's going to drop probably around between 2 to 3,000 watts at nighttime. By the way, all the lighting of the property will turn on, you know, all the night lighting. We have everything set up with timers and everything. So all the lighting will turn on. And like I said, that consumption is still going to be around from between 2 to 3,000 watts. And that's using like 4 refrigerators working at night. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 refrigerators, yeah. They still going to stay working 24/7. So anyway, that's our battery bank that's supposed to be 48 volts, but right now it's at 54.2, and it's still charging. It's gonna get to the flow charge of 54.5. And let me show you something else. Let's go to a different screen. And this screen here, oh, this is a nice screen here. Let me show you. This is our pool cleaner. Our pool cleaner, by the way, is saying that it's full, so I need to clean the filter. This is a robotic pool cleaner, and it's programmed to start cleaning every single morning at 7:30 a.m. As you can see, the next cleaning will be Saturday at 7:30 a.m. Right now, it's cleaning, and it's doing the water line of the pool. Look at the temperature. That temperature is great, 81. To jump in the pool, you can do it during the day. You can do it at night. By the way, during the day, we don't really want to allow the kids or ourselves, you know, to go in the pool unless we're in the shaded area of the pool, because here the sun gets real hot. It gets burning hot. So it's always better after the sun goes down for us to get in the pool, or for the kids to get in the pool. You know, you enjoy it more that way. All my kids, you know, when they bring their friends, you know, to hang out, they spend most of the night there swimming. They spend most of the night there swimming, whatever, you know, listening to music, whatever they want to do. And like I said, they cook at night. And that's why they use that electric grill, you know, with the 12 volt system. By the way, the 12 volt system is providing 115 volts. So they're able to use those electric grills and cook whatever they're doing on their hangouts, you know, and listen to their music, use the pool at night, keep the lights on. That's not a problem, you know. That's not a problem. They can do that. And they do it, like I said, most of the night. Okay, let's go to another screen. Okay, let's see. This screen here is going to show you the power consumption. By the way, on this screen, I have to go to a different one because it's showing washer and dryer. They're not using them right now. By the way, all these devices, they're old devices. I just added smart switches. Okay, but look at this one. The pool pump, it's actually a 240 volt system. It actually shows 233 volts. That's what it's getting. And it's only using 7.42 amps. It's always better to run 240 volts, because that's going to lower your amperage usage. And also it's going to it's gonna force less your motors, and also the thickness of the cabling that you're gonna use is not that thick. You're able to use smaller breakers and thinner cables. By the way, look at the watts that we're using. It's 1,588.35. That's pool pump one. And this one is the chlorinator. By the way, we don't use no chlorine. We only use salt. We have salt in our water in the pool, and we use a chlorinator. This one is only using 140 watts, 1.6 amps. And by the way, this one is this unit can actually work with 120 or 240. So this unit have the both options. Depends how you set it up. So at that time, I just put it to work as 120 volts, and the consumption is only 1.6 amps. If I wanted to cut that amperage to a lower amount, then I can change this voltage to 240, and that will lower the amperage. But anyway, we're good the way it's working right now. It makes everything easier. I just go to a regular outlet, connect a smart plug, and then connect my connection to the chlorinator. So anyway, that unit, like I said, is working great. By the way, that chlorinator, when I purchased that unit was about $800, 800 and something. And we made the installation, my kid and myself, because the chlorine tablets, the price went up ridiculously. With COVID, everything went up. So when I was buying the chlorine tablets in the past, I was paying about $60 for a 5-gallon bucket of tablets. And then it went to, I think it went to about 150 to 250. It's just crazy. So I had to stop buying chlorine and purchase this chlorinator. And this chlorinator was about, like I said, about $800. Right now, currently the chlorinator is probably about $1,600 or $1,700. But when I purchased the chlorinator, it was about $800. By the way, I normally used to buy about 5 buckets of chlorine. So buying 5 buckets, okay, at $60, it wasn't really bad. It was about $480. But then when the prices went up, it was over $1,000. So now I was like, I'm not going to spend over $1,000 in chlorine. If I was able to buy the chlorinator for $800, and after that, that was it. Hold on, okay? And the other thing is, this unit here is pool pump 2, is running 232 volts at 5.23 amps, and the wattage is 1,169. You see, we had these 2 pool pumps running, and like I was saying before, the complete load is, it's not that much. Actually, if you see all the stuff that we're running. Okay, you see right now, there's more activity, so the wattage consumption is going up. It's 7,200, because my wife just arrived, and we used an electric gate and things like that, so I'm sure she already turned on her television, things like that. But anyway, this is just to show you that it is possible to live off grid. Okay, we're not connected to any power companies. All this is solar power. Okay, all this is solar power, and of course, battery banks. The battery banks that we have, inverters and solar panels, a combination of everything, and you get to be able to do this. Okay, if you like this video, please subscribe. We need more subscribers. Thank you guys. Have a good day. See you next time.